Okay, well, first of all, I'm just going to say thank you to my supervisors, Chrisette, who's made every preach. Thank you so much. And then Paul, I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, I know, I've got the best. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into it. It's an open topic, and I'm talking about disappointment and hope in our faith walk. Woo. So, is there no timer? I just want to make sure, because I could go a bit long on this one. I'm trying to keep it short. But, so basically, not everybody knows my story, so I actually came to Christ through a divorce, and it was really painful, and it was when I just felt like I had no hope anymore. Everything was falling apart around me. And immediately, as I came to Christ, he just started speaking like purpose and vision and my calling all over me, and I was so excited. I had a reason to live and to hope and to dream for the future, and like all wasn't lost. And so I go after that, full speed, like excited about my business, excited about everything God's doing in my life. And he blessed it, but over the course of years, it hasn't been quite what I hoped and thought it would be. And so a year ago, God called me back to San Diego. I lived here, moved away, and then moved back. And I was like, this is it. This is where God's gonna like bless me. This is where everything's gonna start happening. Everything's gonna fall into place. And as the months kept going by, things actually got worse than better. And I was thinking, man, I was better off in Virginia. Why the heck did I move to California? Why am I listening to God? This is just not working out. So in around, I would say the summers, when I really started just kind of like come to terms with like, I was just starting to get bitter and disappointed in what God was doing in my life. And I didn't see a purpose in it. I didn't see what was happening. I felt like everything I was doing was for nothing. Yep. And in July, there was like a Jesus Culture worship night. TJ was there as well. And so I go to this worship night, and everyone around me is worshiping. It's, I'm like the front row, Kim Walker-Smith, it's great. Yep. And there's actually a picture that they got of me, and I'm like just standing there. And I will show it. If they had like a thing behind me, you guys could see it, but it's actually just really funny. Go ahead and you can pass it around if you want. But it went on their website, it went on their Instagram, it went everywhere. And I think that picture is a really strong indicator of where I was at that time, is that like I was still showing up. I was like going to do all the things, doing all the things. I still loved God, but then my posture is like I was finding it hard to connect with the Lord. I was finding it hard to worship. And so I was sitting there, and that particular night, the Lord spoke to me. And like in the picture, I'm literally just like,
not there. Not there.
So
not there.
The Lord spoke to me, and he's like, Tiffany, you're disappointed in me. And I was just like, woo, you're right. Like, I was like, God, you know all things. You know my heart. I can't lie to you. I'm disappointed. Like, this is not what I thought it would look like. And so he just started to speak over me that, like, don't give up and to keep going. And, like, it was a crazy night. A woman prophesied over me. It was great. Well, a couple of days later, I'm, like, trying to get into the Word in my quiet time with the Lord. And I'm just kind of like, God, like, I feel like I'm starting to feel like disconnected from you, and like whether you're gonna do these things in my life or you're not, I just need to have you in my life. I need you to speak to me. I need to have a relationship with you, whatever that looks like, if it looks like the promises you've spoken or not. And so I was just like, how can I connect with you? And he tells me to read the book of Malachi.
Come on.
So I didn't know that much about the book of Malachi besides the tithing verse that we all talk about. So here's what's interesting about the book of Malachi, because I started to read it, and it's a short book. You can read it really quick, but it doesn't really make much sense if you don't understand the context of it. And so here's what's going on in the book of Malachi that was really interesting for me. So it has to do with the Israel nation. So basically, the nation of Israel was taken over by the Babylonians. They were put in captivity, and then they were freed from captivity, and they went back to Jerusalem. And the book of Ezra and Nehemiah is talking about how they're like rebuilding the temple, and like you can just see the excitement, like everything's happening, or so they think. They're like, this is it, like the promises are happening, the Messiah's gonna come, and we're gonna have our land back, and we're gonna conquer and be the greatest nation once again. And then years go by, and this doesn't happen. And so the context of the book of Malachi is that Malachi is speaking to them, and he's saying that, like, you guys are giving up hope. You're getting disappointed in the Lord. You're just going through the motions. You're just like, you're still like doing your sacrifices. You're doing this, but it doesn't please me because your heart posture is not towards me.
Come on.
And so the whole book is about Malachi giving them a reason to hope again, and to believe for the promises, and to believe that the Messiah is in fact coming. And if you know the placement of the book of Malachi in the Bible, it's right before the New Testament. So it's right before the promise.
Come on.
So I just like took that and I was like, God, I don't know how long I have to wait. I don't know how
Yes.
long this journey is going to be, but I'm with you and I know that you're good to fulfill your promises.